Hello, my name is Heather Callihan, and I'm the District Technology Integrationist for Northwest Public Schools in Grand Island, Nebraska. Another key role in my job is like a social media director or facilitating the content that goes out on our social media so that we can continue to consistently share our story. One of the things that I want to highlight in my story regarding social media is that sometimes getting involved, that you have limited resources. You don't always have the manpower or the funds sometimes to produce the content. And sometimes it even goes as simple as the background knowledge to know, what kind of video, does this picture look good? Do I need text? Do I need audio? Those types of things. And I think it's important to realize that capitalizing on your students, their abilities, and their passions can really enhance the story you're sharing and the content that you're putting out. So a few years ago, I had transitioned into the tech integration role and was assuming some more responsibilities related to social media and getting the content out. And most importantly, like just the consistency, because we had a nice social media presence. It just wasn't consistent and as strong as we were hoping for. And we also had some students that were running the Shipyard, which was a student-led social media account that was also very strong. The students were sharing their stories on social media regarding events and themes to activities, supporting athletics and activities. And the interesting thing behind that was that kind of started as a intent to create more positivity. Following some negative social media posts, some negative interactions with students and activities, one of our students decided that it was important to focus on the positive and move forward with that. And so the Shipyard was born. Moving forward a little bit and thinking about the content that we needed to share, we signed up with Class Intercom as a way to streamline and track some of our social media. And one of the things that we embraced at that time was the idea of having a student content creator or someone embrace that idea. And when Taylor came to me with that idea, I kind of was stuck at first thinking, okay, do we have a student or students that would feel comfortable pushing out that content, would have the background knowledge, and not just on like graphics and content, but also on the idea of social media in general. And so Mitch, who was behind our Shipyard account, was the first person I went to. Mitch was the one that started the Shipyard account. He was the one that moved forward with it. He was pushing out the content. And I thought he would be a great person to transition into this role and give us that. It was probably a 6-month trial period with Class Intercom and pushing out content. Mitch did a fantastic job. He was very knowledgeable in what was happening in the school with activities and athletics, academics, just Northwest in general. He had a passion. He had some siblings that were involved too. So he really knew what was going on and was very intentional about the content that was sharing. So this 6-month, I guess you could call it trial, was a way for us to push out consistent content from a student voice, but most importantly with limited resources. Another piece that I think is important that Mitch and I talked a lot about when he was in this role is the digital citizenship piece. And we really, if you think back at the evolution of digital citizenship, a lot of it was what not to do. We were telling kids, don't post this and don't do that. But we weren't giving them authentic opportunities to post things that and highlight things they should be doing. It's kind of like when you're teaching kids how to play softball, or you're teaching fundamentals on volleyball or football. You don't stand there and tell them what they can't do. You have to show them what they need to be doing and what those plays look like and what that fundamental and what those skills look like. And digital citizenship is no different. You have to give them opportunities to produce the content and then opportunities to give them that feedback of what needs to be done to improve that, or just some strategies along that. Our team has grown from that one person when Mitch was involved to this last year, I had 12 content creators. We have students that produce content regularly, some that are a little more timid, some that post content based on an activity or something that they were involved in. And so there's a lot of variety there. Now I look back and I see that Mitch is working for Class Intercom. So I feel like those experiences that we had the opportunity to offer for students like Mitch really are valuable to students and a great way to utilize resources and talents in your buildings.